Day, today's President's Day. So in honor of President's Day, we're gonna count down the top 10 best presidents and popular presidents of all time. Number 1, George Washington. Well, I'm just gonna tell you this stuff. So George Washington, his term was in 1789 to 1797. The party is unaffiliated, that means no parties. The nickname of him is Father of his country. He's claimed to be famed by being the first president. He was born on Pope's Creek, Virginia. His first lady, or his wife, was Martha Washington, married 1759 to 1799. And the fact about him is that Washington wore dentures made of hippo tucks and human teeth. Next famous president is, you know what is it? It's the third president. It's Thomas Jefferson. So Thomas Jefferson, his term was from 1801 to 1809. His party was Democratic and Republican. The nickname of him is Sage of Monticello. He is claimed to be famed by buying the Louisiana Purchase. He was born at Shadwell Plantation, Virginia. His wife was Martha Jefferson and married 1772 to 1782 because she died at the age of 33, 20 years before Jefferson won the presidency. So no first lady. And also, he was also claimed to be famed by signing the Declaration of Independence. And a fact about him, as Secretary of State, Jefferson organized a contest to design the White House. The story understands he gets secretly entered and last. Next famous president is, you know what he is the seventh president, is Andrew Jackson. So Andrew Jackson's term was from 1829 to 1837. He is a Democrat. He was a Democratic. His nickname is Old Hickory. He was claimed to fame by signing the Indian Removal Act rule. It's a rule. Indian Removal Act is like rule. He was born on Waxhaw area along the North Carolina-South Carolina border. His spouse was Rachel Jackson, married 1794 to 1828. The next famous president is, you know what he is? It is the he was the 12th president, Zachary Taylor. Zachary Taylor's term was on 1849 to 1850. His party was a Whig. His nickname was Old Rough and Ready. Claimed to fame is by being a hero from the Mexican War. He was born in Bourboursville, Virginia, and the first lady is Margaret Taylor, married 1810 to 1850. So that is 30 years. No, 40 years. 40 years. Right. The next one is the most famous of all. It came the second president to be very famous. It's after George Washington. It is Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln's term is 1861 to 1865. His party was a Republican. That means he was a Republican. His nickname, if everybody knows that, is the Honest Abe. He was claimed to fame by preserving the Union or leading the Union, and also president to be in the Civil War. He was born in Hardin County, Kentucky, and his first lady was Mary Todd Lincoln, married 1842 to 1865. The next famous, so much that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So I got 4. I need 6 more. The next famous president was he was Grover Cleveland, the 22nd and 24th president. His term was 1885 to 1889. After that, he was again elected to be 24th president, and his 24th president term was 1893 to 1897. He was a Democrat. His nickname was Uncle Jumbo. He was claimed to be famed by enforcing the Monroe Doctrine, dedicating the Statue of Liberty. Okay. I was in front of the window. He was born in Caldwell, New Jersey, and his first lady was Branch Folsom Cleveland, married 1886 to 1908. The next famous president, or the 6th famous president, is Theodore Roosevelt. Theodore Roosevelt's term was 1901 to 1909. He was a Republican. His nickname was definitely everybody knows that, Teddy. That's why teddy bears are made, because it was in honor. Teddy bears were made in honor for Theodore Roosevelt. He was born in New York City, New York, and his first lady was Edith Roosevelt, married 1886 to 1919. His first wife, Alice Roosevelt, died in 1884. And now, the next popular, the 7th popular president is, he was the the 32nd president of the United States of America. He is Theodore Roosevelt's second cousin, Franklin D. Roosevelt, or Franklin Delano Roosevelt. His term was on 1933 to 1945. He was a Democrat. His nickname was FDR. He was claimed to be famed by being in the New Deal and World War II. He was born on Hyde Park, New York, and his first lady was Eleanor Roosevelt, married 1805 to 1945. The next one, I'm just flipping one by one. The next president is the 25th president of the United States of America, is John F. Kennedy, or John Fitzgerald Kennedy. Right here. He was right here. His term was 1961 to 1963. That was 2 terms, 2 years. One term is 4 years. but he was 2 years. So he was a Democratic. His nickname was JFK. He was claimed to be famous by making the Cold War policy. He was born in Brooklyn, Massachusetts. His first lady was Jacqueline Kennedy, married 1853 to 1863, and he was also claimed to be famous by being assassinated, being the second president to be assassinated. The next famous president was right here. The 38th president, Gerald Rudolph Ford, right here. So how much is that? The 8th one. I might do a little bit more presidents. And after that, comment down below how many presidents I did. This is the 8th one. I'm not gonna say the rest. Huh? Well, sorry guys. Be right back. Hey guys, I'm back. So, it was 30. So comment down below how many presidents I did. So this is the 8th one. I'm not gonna say the rest how many presidents. So comment down below. After this video, comment down below how many presidents did I say. So this is my 8th one. That's the last one to say. 8th one. And the 8th one, 38th president was Gerald R. Ford. His term was from 1974 to 1977. He was a Republican. His nickname was the accidental president. His claim to being famous by pardoning Nixon, and President Nixon is, pardoning President Nixon. He was born in Omaha, Nebraska. His first lady was Betty Ford, married 1948 to 2006. Alright, next one, the next famous president was Ronald Reagan. He was the 1981. His term was 1981 to 1989. He is a Republican. His nickname was the Great Communicator and the Gipper. He was claimed to be famous by helping to end the Cold War. He was born in Topeka, Illinois, and his first lady was Nancy Reagan, married 1952 to 2004. The next famous president is, let's see, George W. Bush. His term was 2001 to 2009. I meant to say that every term is 8 years. Every term has 8 years. Some terms can be 4 years. Some terms can be 8 years. But mostly 8 years. Mostly one term is 8 years. So when you got elected again, that means you have 16 years of being a president. Yeah. So, he was a Republican. He was claimed, his nickname was Dubia, W. His claim to be famous by being in the war on terror. And he was born in New Haven, Connecticut. The first lady was Laura Bush. He was married 1977 until now. The next president is by North, the 44th president, Barack Obama. Barack Obama. His term was in 2009 to 2017. He was a Democrat. His nickname was Barry. He was claimed to be famous by having an Affordable Care Act and being the first African American president. He was born in Honolulu, Hawaii. His first lady was Michelle Obama, married 1992 and present until present, like the last president. He was still married with that lady, which is Michelle Obama. And the last president of all, the current president, he was a businessman. He was the 45th president. He is Donald John Trump. He was the 45th president. His term was 2017 and present. He was a Republican. His nickname was the Donald. He was claimed to be famous by being a business mogul. He was born in Queens, New York, and his first lady was Melania Trump, married 2005 to present. And that is really it. So Donald Trump is the occurring president. So that is really it. So thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe, like the video, turn notifications, and don't forget to remember yourself. Peace!